Hello, and welcome to this episode of Create a Life You Love. I believe that in life we all have a purpose, a destiny that we follow, something that we absolutely love, that if we do this thing, our life becomes fulfilled. For some people it's a hobby, for some people it's a career. Sometimes we know in childhood this is what we're going to end up doing. But in my guest's case, sometimes it's just something that you end up falling into and realizing you love it, and this is what you want to do for the rest of your life. Today's guest is the co-owner of The Bottle, a bar in Milwaukee. Her name is Jennifer Heiden. Hi, Jennifer. How are you?
How are you? I'm good. I'm good.
Excellent. So, Jen, there's so many questions that I have for you today that I'm sure anybody who has ever thought about, I would like to own a bar, or what does it take to own a bar, that I'm sure you're going to be able to answer for them.
Okay, I will try.
I know you'll be able to. Now, Jen, I have to say, Jen and I go back years and years to our childhood. We're just going to keep it at that. And so we've been laughing before the show started, and we're probably going to laugh a lot during the show, because not only does Jen know where all of my bodies are buried, she helped me bury them.
I might have.
A lot of the trouble we've gotten into together, haven't we? Yeah.
Yes. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Me either. So, Jen, the first question that people would want to know, because people think, I have my 9 to 5, I'm sick of my 9 to 5, I'm just going to go open a bar. It's not that easy. How long have you been in the bar or the service industry?
I've been in the service industry for probably almost 20 years.
Yeah.
And I've owned the bar now for 14.
Awesome.
But I started off working in a bank, 9 to 5, and I just wanted something to do on the weekends. So one of my girlfriends worked at a comedy cafe that was in Milwaukee by the airport. And I started working there with her. And I mean, I loved it. Like, don't get me wrong, the bank, the cubicle, I knew it just wasn't for me. I like being active. I like conversating with people. When I was there, I wanted to learn a lot of the bartending there, how to make the drinks that I was serving. So that kind of started me off, I'd say, with a passion for that.
Yeah, so awesome. A comedy place. Who's your favorite comedian that would come through?
We did have a lot of famous acts, but I do remember a local comedian, and his name was Hayward Banks, and he's local from Milwaukee, and he would just come up with little weird sayings, which somehow to this day I'll just be walking around the house and say them randomly and crack myself up. But
I get that. I totally do that too.
Yes.
Like, yeah. Oh my goodness. And I get what you're saying about working in a cubicle. I can't do that sedentary thing. I have to be I call it freedom, but I need to be able to get up and move around and not be stuck in one spot.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that is like
Yep, I love moving, I love working with my hands, so I like making the drinks, I like just...
So,
yeah.
So then, okay, so I wrote down questions because I knew we would get way off topic the way you and I talk. We have conversational ADD. We're here, we're there, we're everywhere with a conversation, so I'm going to... I have my notes, and they are scribbled.
I don't have my readers on, so thank God. I don't have to look at a book. I have no idea what that says.
So... did you ever think you'd own a bar?
I really did not. No.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. And now 14 years have gone by. When I was working at the comedy cafe, my, at the time, boyfriend, he worked at a bar called Slammers. Mm-hmm. So we both have been in the service industry, and his two friends that he worked for had just had families. They got married, and their families were like, okay, it's kind of time to move out of the bar industry and let's settle down. So they asked him if he wanted or was interested in taking over the lease or the bar. So we thought at that time, we both had a lot of experience. We both had a following of meeting people, knowledge. So we thought it was a good time to do it. We just took the leap and here we are 14 years later.
Yeah,
So,
you guys just
yeah.
celebrated your 14-year anniversary
Yes.
in owning this bar.
Yes.
And the bar is called The Bottle, and it's located...
It's on Kinnickinnick Avenue, 1753 South KK. It's between Bayview and Walker's Point, which is a very up-and-coming area of Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's like right outside of downtown.
Yeah, downtown. It's just great. Yeah, it's like a neighborhood with our businesses and all the other businesses there, even all the other bars. It's good to work together as a community with the bars. We have a lot of events together. It's not like cutthroat business. When you're in businesses like that, you want to create a family, not just within your own business, but with the other businesses to remain successful is very important.
Absolutely. And you guys do. Now I'm gonna kind of turn the page, because the first thing we're gonna talk about are some of your events that you guys hold. One of them that I have not done yet, but I kind of
I know you have to.
want to do it, is the bar.
The bar yoga.
Yes. So you're like,
Yeah, so I mean, in
Yeah.
this, I feel like in the era we're in, a lot of people are like, oh, alcohol this, but I own a bar, but I'm a health nut. Everyone that
know.
comes in the bar, they can't believe that's the first thing they say. They're like, I can't believe you own a bar. So we, one of our like good customers, his wife, she's a physical therapist. She also is a yoga instructor. So we had this idea to put together a bar yoga day. So they pay $20 for a yoga class. We kind of clear out an area of the bar. They have their yoga class, and then along with the class, they can have a Bloody Mary or a mimosa, but it gets people together and connected. Personally, instead of just sitting on Facebook or social media, we're trying to just bring people together with events to like conversate, face-to-face, have interaction, like,
Absolutely.
like how it used to be.
And the bar yoga doesn't go on while the bar is full and people are, you're not
Nope.
doing downward dog.
No.
Oh my God.
We open up like an hour and a half before our normal time. So it's a completely different environment. We like put down like a gym floor for everyone to do the yoga on, and kind of everyone helps put that back after the class.
And typically it's on a Sunday.
Yep.
Yep.
We usually do it on Sundays, not during Packer season.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So should we tell the funny downward dog story, paddleboarding?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Jen and I are paddleboarding. And I think there's nobody on the lake.
There shouldn't have been.
There shouldn't have been. And they were pretty far away from us. And
Yes.
I thought, I want to try some yoga poses.
Yes. So you did your downward dog, and of
I
course,
did.
as you did it, basically a pontoon of like a lot of people
I
came
was
by.
downward dogging a pontoon
And I had to
boat.
tell them, sorry, she doesn't.
Yeah. Do you think she tells me, oh, there's a pontoon
Yeah.
in the direction
was
of your
just-
downward dog?
Yes, I was just hoping you weren't going to fall off the paddleboard. So
I wish I would have.
I was trying to wait for that. That's what I was waiting for.
I wish I would have at that point. Yeah, so back to the bar now,
Okay.
the bottle. Okay, so I love the bottle. That's one of your events. Another event that you guys have is the mini putt. So tell me about the mini putt, because I love this whole concept.
The mini putt is a mini putt mini golf event,
Yeah.
and it's a collaboration with our bar and a lot of the other bars in the area. So each bar is, you would make up your own mini putt hole. You have to construct it from nothing, be creative as possible, and then a lot of people, God, we have like, it's gotten big. We'll have like anywhere from 50 to 100 people go to this event.
That's
And then they
amazing.
kind of go to each bar and they have to mini putt at each bar. So, and every time we do it, that goes towards a charity. I think the last time we did it for the Hope House in Milwaukee. So each time it's a different event, but it's a way, like I said, our bar and a lot of the bars, we're always doing stuff to just help out the community,
Awesome.
you know.
So how many bars are included? Or
10 plus.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome to collaborate with
Yes.
10,
Yeah.
10 plus bars. That's
Yep.
a nice little
Yep.
community.
People are looking for things to do all the time, and
Yeah.
that's what.
Yeah. You
It's not
also
just sitting in a
do-
bar drinking. all
Yeah,
the time.
no, yeah,
that's what we
'cause-
want. We want
yeah.
to get out and create events that people can
So-
socialize.
Yeah, absolutely. And my favorite events that you do is your 9/11 salute to the badge. Tell me about
Yes.
that one, because this is so,
It's just on 9/11, we just want to give back, and we're very passionate about people that do stuff to support us and protect us. EMTs, firefighters, police. In our bar, we have like a police flag hanging. We have a lot of like badges. So for 9/11, we do a really good special for people that are basically in that industry. And we're
I just love that, because
Yeah.
those are those first responders
Yeah,
and the people
anyone.
who, like, I just love that idea. I just feel like that's one of my favorite events that you guys
Yeah.
do to honor them, because sometimes they don't get the respect that they deserve.
Yeah, I love it. I mean,
Yeah.
even when we do like a shuttle for Summerfest, so we get a lot of people traveling from all out of state, and they'll see our like kind of a lot of the police badges and that. And I've had people send me, like they're like, oh, I'm actually on the force in Texas, so all of a sudden we'll get in the mail a badge from
How-
sheriff. Yeah, so we get
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's
That's
awesome.
wonderful.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Another event that you do, and I want to know how long you guys have done this event, and what started this event, turkey bowling.
Turkey bowling. So we do that on Thanksgiving, and our bar is a corner bar, but it's a very big corner bar, and it's very old. It's been there since like early 1900s. So the back hall used to be 2 bowling alleys, like a long bowling alley. And when we first took over the bar, we were in the basement, and we're like, oh my God, what are these bowling pins? Like, we found old bowling pins. So we thought of an event to do. So in the back hall that's very long, we set up bowling pins, and you throw frozen turkey down it. And it gets people, that's like, people look forward to that every year. Like,
Absolutely.
probably next month I'll start getting phone calls at the bar. Are you guys doing turkey bowling again?
Now, how many
So,
people typically participate in
honestly,
turkey
like
bowling?
50, 60 people, so it takes a while to go through it.
Yeah, but who
And
cares?
it's a lot. It's good
Is
exercise.
It funny? Like, what's
It's
the
funny.
funniest
Yes.
turkey bowling
Yes.
story? Like, if I were doing turkey bowling, I would do the between my legs
Honestly,
shot, and like it would be bad.
The funniest turkey bowling was our bartender who was off that day. He bowled the turkey and it missed the pins, and it actually made a little hole in the drywall. So that's still there to this day, and we just kind of give him,
You should like
we
put his
razz
picture
him about
above
that.
it.
I know.
Yeah,
So-
that is awesome.
So now we try to say, don't pull a Maddie when you do turkey bowling.
I love that. That is so awesome.
Yes. We also do the same thing with St. Patty's Day. So we do
Awesome.
sack and potato bowling, same concept. It's like the good thing when you have a business, just keep it fresh, interesting for people, something for
events
people to talk
going.
about. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, with a sack of potatoes, do they even roll, or do you just chuck it?
It has to slide to count. You can't
you just
can't,
slide it.
You can't dive bomb it onto the pins. You have to like somehow slide it.
You have
It
to slide.
takes-
I could see sliding it. I'm thinking.
It's a burlap sack, so
Yeah.
usually one of the coffee shops are in our neighborhood. They kind of like just give us one.
Awesome.
The potatoes in.
Very
you
cool.
go.
How fun is that,
It's
right,
fun,
though?
yes.
But now I want to say that even if you don't have an event going on, you guys have shuffleboard, darts, video games.
Yes.
That people can come in and they can do the shuffleboard. You can just play shuffleboard at no
Yes.
cost.
And our other event is our Bar Olympics. That is actually coming up October 20th, and we do that
Awesome.
in the spring and in the fall. And that event usually benefits an individual, like someone that is from the community. So, and I know that this event is helping out someone that has seizures, and they need help with their medication and just whatever help they need. This event is being
Awesome.
held for them.
I love that.
And it's kind of like all old school games. So you get together and you play Twister, Connect Four, Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Like, yeah, it's all old school games. So it's hilarious to watch.
I can't imagine Twister on. I can't even do Twister without alcohol. I can't imagine a Twister with alcohol.
It's
It has to
interesting.
be, even if you don't participate, it has to be just a blast to watch.
Yeah.
Do you video that and put it like?
I should.
You should. That would go viral in a minute.
I might do that. I might do that.
This year
time.
you have to video it and like put it up on YouTube and let it go viral because.
Well, you and me are going to sign up for a team. I thought we were a team, and then I thought
okay.
Thought that's what we're doing.
We'll be a team. I'll be your teammate.
All right.
When is that's October 20th?
October 20th.
Okay, so folks, if you want to see her and I play Twister.
No.
Do Twister? Play Twister?
Yes. Against, yeah. Is that what is just happening? Okay.
Is this happening?
Okay.
Are we doing this?
All right.
We do everything else together. Why not this,
Yes.
right? Yeah. So then, okay, speaking of charities, your bar, even though it's a bar and people would think, oh, you just go there and have a few drinks, whatever, but you guys do a lot of fundraisers and charities. So tell me a little bit about, other than the Bar Olympics, I know that you've had people come in and they want to use your bar to do fundraisers or hold charity events?
They do, because we do have quite a large space. So a lot of people hold events there. We try to help them out to get donations from we have a lot of ties with all the businesses, so we'll get a lot of prizes to raffle off, stuff to donate. So, I mean, quite a few a year we do fundraisers.
I know, every time I talk to you, you're like, oh, we're getting ready for this, we're
Yes,
getting ready for that,
I know,
we're doing
I can't
this,
keep them all
we're doing
straight,
that. I
so-
know, this, like, it's almost like
Yeah.
every weekend or every other weekend, there's
Yeah.
something going on.
But it's just giving back to the community.
Right.
It's like we wouldn't be there, we wouldn't be where we are without everyone coming in and supporting us. So you have to give the support back.
Oh, you're so awesome. I just
Hey,
love
it's-
that about you. I
There's
do.
no other way to be.
So one thing that you guys do, you do a lot of, with the other bars in the area, you do a lot of pub crawls.
Yes.
So there's one coming up.
Yes,
For
a
Halloween.
We do a
Yes.
Halloween pub crawl.
So let's talk a little bit
So
about Halloween and what you
that's-
guys do at the bar. I know you are so hilarious because for Halloween, sometimes you're people in the bar, you come up with themes and like you've been Flo the Progressive
That was
Girl.
a good one. That was good.
And then you've done a
That was
couple
good.
of other really cool.
Yes,
like-
it's mandatory that everyone dresses up and kind of supports the Halloween spirit. So I have an idea, but this one is kind of like secret. till it
Okay, don't tell
happens.
that one, but what are some of
Yes.
your past Halloween things that you or people in your bar have done?
Well, I think the funniest thing was when me and Tony did I did Progressive and he did the Geico Caveman, but he did like the prosthetics. I mean, it was full on. Like, you did not even know it was him. It was awesome. What else have we done?
Did you do a superhero one?
No,
No,
I
you
couldn't.
should do.
I
you
couldn't
should-
fit into that Wonder Woman costume. I bought it. It's still sitting there waiting.
You're like, maybe not. Yeah.
No. So,
Okay. But every year, everybody, all your employees dress up. You and Tone dress up.
we do, yeah.
What I know you've mentioned some really cool like costumes that other people have done, like those three guys that came in with their, like they were coming in out of the wind.
Oh, yes, yes. It was simple but original. Their ties were like starched so that it blew that way. And yeah, it was just a simple costume, but I was like, oh, that's creative.
Yeah.
So that's fun. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And that's actually the same day as our Bar Olympics on
Wow.
the 20th.
Nice.
So that's a lot going on.
So what is the best costume you've ever seen at the bar?
Oh, there's so many. In
I
14
know,
years.
but something that just really was like, you did the Black Swan one year.
I did. That was good.
Yes.
But I can't. Oh, God, there's so many. There's so many. I can't even pick.
Yeah.
Can't even pick.
Yeah, I know there people can be so creative with their Halloween.
They are very
costumes.
creative
Yeah.
coming through.
So you also do St. Patrick's pub crawl and some
Yep.
other pub crawls. Tell me about the other pub crawls that.
And they're all collaborated with a lot of the bars in Walker's Point plus us.
Mm-hmm.
So like Fat Daddy's, Stenny's is in that. And they do, they put it together. So they put a lot of work in. It's their buses. So we're kind of along with the ride. So that's why I said it's good to
to collaborate.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, to
Yep.
have that family that,
Yep.
yeah, that's the community feel amongst
Yeah.
all of it. So, aside from all the events, the fundraisers, the pub crawls, you guys also bring in bands every once in a while.
Yes, and this is kind of the crazy thing of having a business now, because we had booked a band for this Saturday. There is a band playing at 8 p.m. this Saturday. But there also might be a baseball. There is a baseball game because the Brewers made the playoffs, but we don't know the time of it. So this is kind of like one of the dilemmas where now it's kind of,
Do you reschedule? Do you continue? What do you do with that?
yes, and that we're still waiting on to see what the time is, but for the actual playoff game.
Yeah.
But right now, you can't tell the band, okay,
Yeah.
I don't know, we want to have the Brewers instead of you, or how are we going to work this out? So there's stuff that comes up like that a lot. Not a
Yeah.
lot, but when it comes up, it's kind of a little bit stressful. It's like, how do we make this work? Got to make it work now, but we'll see.
But it all falls into place.
It will, hopefully,
Yeah,
yes.
it will.
Yes.
Absolutely, it will. I have
Yes.
faith.
Okay.
I do. So then, so you do offer the Summerfest shuttle through the whole time of Summerfest. So
Yep.
if anybody,
A free shuttle, free customer shuttle.
yeah.
So all 11, I think it's 11 days of Summerfest, 10, 11, whatever that is, from open to close. In the 14 years we've done it since we've opened. So that's another thing, like it's just, I just love having the bar and just seeing the same people. Like I've seen people, I might only see them over Summerfest, but it's like, hey, wow, how have you been? Like what's going on? These are people from Illinois, Texas, New York. I mean, just other parts, not Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So it's good just seeing them every year. And I've seen, I mean, this one guy comes in with his son. So obviously 14 years ago, I'm like, oh my God, you know, your son can drink now. Wow, this is amazing. But it's cute.
How awesome.
Yeah.
So now I want to ask some questions about what do you love the most about owning a bar, and two parts, owning a bar. What do you love the most about owning the bar, and what do you love the most about like bartending?
About owning the bar, I love the freedom that it offers, but you have to be willing to put time in if you're the only one that's available to do it. But
Yeah.
you do have that freedom. I just love, and just seeing like what you've created, the community, the friends. Like a lot of times, like all of our patrons and our customers are just, they're so awesome because they're like, God, you've given us a place to call home. And I love it when they say that, because there's some people that don't have families. I see them a lot on Thanksgiving. We stay open pretty much. We don't close. Like we're open Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. So it's just a big sense of family, and in the community, our friends, customers have just become longtime friends.
And I think
Which-
people don't realize, like, when you have a business like a bar, they might think about certain aspects of it, but they don't think about that community and how this can be a place for people to go when they might otherwise feel very alone.
It really is.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just want to come and hang out and someone to talk to, and just, you know, we have a lot of TVs come and not sit there and watch a Brewer game by themselves at home.
Absolutely.
Or sports, and yeah.
Absolutely. What advice would you give to anybody wanting to go into or own a bar? What advice would you give them about, what advice would you give someone wanting to own a bar about employees? Like, because you have really amazing
We do.
employees.
And I think we've just gotten very lucky. That was me knocking on wood. Our employees have been with us, so many of them have been with us since day one. And we don't have a high turnover of employees. We treat them well, they treat us well. Like I said, it's like a family. It's a small bar. I mean, we have less than 10 employees. But over the years, I just think good energy just brings, I don't know,
Yeah,
somehow they just find us. So I don't even know how to
absolutely.
explain it.
Absolutely.
But you have to be willing to put the time in. We're there all the time. We show them that we're going to do the work just as much as you. Like, I help my bartenders take the garbage out. I'm not an
Yeah.
owner that's going to be like, you do that. I feel like we're all equal, even
Yeah.
though we're all there.
I mean,
Yeah.
and you do, somebody who's thinking about, I want to own a bar, there's a lot of money, it's fun, I can party every night. It's not like that.
There's a lot of people that make way more, most of my friends that come in there probably make more money than I do. But I really love what I do. I love meeting
Exactly.
people. I love, like I said, this is hard sitting here for however many minutes we're going to be here. I love standing. I love conversating. I love hearing people's stories, just of where they've been in life, how they've gotten there, the people I meet. Very interesting.
Absolutely.
It's not like you just don't flip an open sign on and your bar gets flooded with people.
And you and Tone make the perfect pair because he does all the creative ends. Some of the duties that you do on the back end are like that people wouldn't think about are all the accounting,
Yes.
all of the.
I did go to school for accounting, so I
Yeah.
do our QuickBooks. So I do a lot of behind the scenes. Tony does a lot of the sales. He does. It's good when both of us were like fit perfect together for just what the bar needs.
Absolutely.
He's created a lot of the events, believe me. A lot of those events were him 100%. So,
Awesome.
yeah. It's
So,
a teammate.
It is,
Goal
and
team.
and it's, you know, it might look easy, but when you're doing it right and it's your purpose and your passion, it does look easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's got to be it. That holds true. Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is how you fell into your purpose without knowing, ever
fell
knowing
into it without
that
knowing
this is
it.
what you got what
So-
you wanted and you didn't know it was what you wanted.
Yeah.
Jen, take a couple seconds and tell everybody where the bottle is located again.
So the bottle is located, we're in between Walker's Point and Bayview, very close to downtown. We're at 1753 South Kinnickinnick Avenue.
Excellent.
That is Milwaukee.
Thank you so much for being a guest today. I'm
Thank
so
you
honored
for
to have
asking
you
me.
on. Yeah,
Thank you,
absolutely.
thank you.
And thank you for joining us. If you're thinking about owning a bar or you just want to stop into the bottle and say hi to Jen, please do. She'll answer any other questions that you may have. Until next time, create a life that you love.